Let's say you're a cycling YouTuber out on a trail and you meet some viewers of your channel. Now, you don't know these people from Adam's house cat. Never seen them before. But they say, hey, we want you to come have dinner with us at our RV. Where's your RV? Well, that's the thing. See, it's at a privately owned campground out in the middle of nowhere. In fact, before you get there, you'll think you're lost. Just look for a yellow sign on a fence and keep going when you hear the banjo music. No, for real, that is what this man said to me. And I went. Later, my daughter said to me, Dad, you didn't even know these people. This could have ended a whole different way. You understand that, right? Hey, what can I say? I guess my fear of ending up on Dateline or 2020 was eclipsed by my desire for a free steak dinner. So I pulled up to the historic Shot Tower on the New River Trail.
So we were at the, what was the name of that place?
Shot Tower State Park.
Part of the New River Trail State Park, right there near Foster Falls.
Yeah, and we were at the New River
Trail State Park. Yeah, in Virginia.
So I was in my car, parked out in front of the Shot Tower.
And I see this red car pull up with a goofy little bike hanging off the back of it. And I'm kind of looking, so I had to walk by it twice.
I was sitting there in my car for a hot minute, as the kids say, probably checking messages on my phone, maybe replying to some comments on a YouTube video or something.
Scott's in the car looking at something. I know he's probably researching or something like that.
And I noticed this guy just kind of walking around the back of my car, just sort of looking at me. Just looking at me kind of funny.
And I'm like, I'm not going to go tap on the window or anything like that. And
So I finally put my phone away and got out of the car because I needed some video shots of the Shot Tower.
He gets out of his car because I know what he's going to do. He's got to go take pictures and stuff like that. And I go up to him. What'd I say to you?
Let's back up just for a second. My dad, you might know, is quite popular here on the channel, and I had received a comment on a video a few days earlier from somebody saying, your dad should run for president. Dad for president. So I looked at this dude at the Shot Tower, and he looked at me, and he said, Scott? And I said, yep. And what's your name? And he just looks at me and says, Dad for president.
I said, Dad for president.
And that's when I knew that I, from South Carolina, had just bumped into a Joyful Trails viewer from Florida, and we were on the same trail at the same place at the same time in Virginia.
I went my own way taking pictures of the Shot Tower, and I called him because I didn't know where he was, and he said, you got to come down here. And I was like, no, I'm done. I already did everything. And he's, no, you got, what do you say?
I said, you got to come down here. You meet the nicest people on the trail.
So this guy, Thomas, called his better half, Lisa, on the phone and said, hey, you need to come around here to the side of the Shot Tower that I'm on. And when she did, I got to meet her. We took a selfie. Yeah, the whole thing was just kind of neat how it played out.
And I was thinking to myself, okay, it finally dawned on me. He's either talking about the couple we met yesterday or he's talking about Scott. And I'm like, I hope he's talking about Scott. So I said, okay, I'll go down there. That was cool.
And then we started off from there. And then we started, and 5 minutes later, I said, what are you doing for dinner? I said, come to my place for dinner. I'll cook you a steak. And then here we are.
So I had more footage to shoot, but I am not one to turn down a free steak dinner. So it was decided that I would join them around 5 or 5:30, something like that. Now, he really did say that the campground was way, way off the beaten path, like somewhere way out there, and you'll think you're lost, but just keep going. In fact, keep driving after you hear banjos. So then I got to thinking about this whole thing. I'm like, I don't really know these folks. I don't know where I'm going. So I texted my cycling buddies, Billy Bikes and Bane from Adventure Time with Bane. Billy said, send me the address of the campground so I'll know. Billy said, send me the address of the campground so I'll know what to tell the police. And Bane said, don't drink anything that they offer you. This is going to be a bring your own Coke Zero kind of night. So we'll put my daughter, Billy, and Bane in the don't go column. I was the only person that was in the yeah, why not column. So I finally found the campground, and this was the view from their RV. This is ridiculous. Look at that. So I got out of my car and I asked Thomas, how in the world did you ever find this campground? He laughed and said, on Al Gore's internet. And that's when I knew for sure that I was dealing with a Joyful Trails viewer. So this guy has a background in the culinary arts and prepared a stupid good dinner. Steak, baked potato, broccoli, bread, even apple pie and ice cream for dessert. And I got to just spend some time getting to know Thomas and Lisa Bond.
So what we have here is a real life e-biking couple. Wow. You guys you're an e-biking couple. And just tell me, where are you from and how did you get into riding bikes together?
Punta Gorda, Florida. And I blame it on Scott that we got into e-bikes and traveling the way we do.
Plus, I'm not going to let him go by himself. He can't have all the fun.
Yeah, we just, I picked up an e-bike and then I started riding it. And 2 days later, she said, I want one. And away we go. You know, we were, now we've gone to, I'm going to say at least 20 trails all over the place, as far north as Maryland.
Well, I got 735 miles on my bike since July, so.
I don't know. I like the Greenbrier.
Greenbrier was
I like
nice.
The Greenbrier. I like the C&O. The C&O is very interesting.
Yeah.
Hybrids. We did the hybrids because that was Scott's fault too.
West Orange Trail. That's what
West
it is. West Orange Trail in Florida is a really good one.
Yeah. We've done the Silver Comet.
Silver
that was
Comet
fun
in
trail.
Atlanta. That's a good trail. That's a good trail. Yeah. Did you say Cricket Mountain? Cricket Frog?
Cricket Frog. That's a good one.
Cricket Frog. That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. At our very, very young age of barely over 21, yeah, I think e-bikes is a way to go if you want to still get out and do stuff. It takes a lot of the stress and strain off of you. You can get a lot
about not being able to get back.
Yeah, you can get a lot of miles.
And you got too tired.
Yeah, you can get a lot of miles with that battery helping you out a lot. And it's we even say it all the time. We don't really want to go for a ride. Once we get on a bike, man, we're like kids. We're like kids again.
You feel like a kid.
You forget about everything, and we just get out there and have fun.
Stop and have something to eat. And not necessarily buy anything, just on the trail and relax.
Pack snacks and drinks, and then find a nice sunny place and enjoy it, and just relax.
Or in Florida, you find a nice shady place.
Yeah.
Depends on where you are, but yeah.
And I was talking to my son a little while ago, and it's the first time in our 45 years of marriage that we do something together. Not that we don't do things together, but it's a hobby that we have together that we both thoroughly enjoy, that we're both into it the same amount. Whereas, in other things, you have different hobbies and things to do, but this is one thing that we really enjoy together.
And it's good exercise. It's not as good as riding a regular bike, but it's up there.
You can get that in there, though. You can get your exercise.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And it's nice that you see a lot of older couples, people over 50, couples over 50 riding together. Yeah. We've met a lot of them.
Yeah, and a lot of good people.
And they're having as much fun as we are, so it's awesome. It's a great sport.
We own a sailboat also, and for the last 3 years now, we've gone to the Bahamas. We live in Central Florida, and we go around the west coast of Florida, go up the east coast of Florida, jump across to the Bahamas. We stay there for 3 months, and then the grandkids come and stay for a week during spring break. And so it's our little thing we do with the grandkids and have a good time with that.
It just got to the point where, okay, we're only sailing 3 months a year. We're retired. What are we going to do? Well, we had a trailer years ago when our kids were little. And he's like, let's get a trailer. We got e-bikes. We got the trailer before the e-bikes.
Yeah. And we started traveling around a little bit.
And honestly, you start traveling in the trailer, and it's fun. But the e-bikes just give it much more fun.
Yeah, the trailer is our home, away from home, to go find trails to ride.
Yes, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we did on this trip. We left on the 28th of September. And here it is, the 20th of October. So
21st or something.
Yeah, we've been gone, and we hit a trail. If we're not traveling, we're hitting a trail the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these two have a YouTube channel of their own. It's called Bon's Voyage. I see what they did there. And I want you all to head over there right now and give this man and his lovely wife a subscribe. Tell them Scott from Joyful Trails sent you. Yeah, they've got some sailing content and some e-biking content. They're just kind of getting started good. You know what to do. Like and subscribe.
We watch Joyful Trails, and we call it our Saturday morning cartoons or Sunday morning cartoons, because we'll get up and drink a coffee. Okay, let's see what's the new video is this week or whatever.
Yeah, we look forward to it.
Yeah, and
for sure.
That's our I guess our little shtick or whatever.
Well, it gives you ideas you didn't think of. I had no idea there were so many rail trails and greenways and such. No idea. And it's amazing how many there are. And I'm so grateful to communities for doing them and putting the money into them. But yeah, YouTube opens a whole world. It doesn't matter what you're looking into: biking, sailing, traveling, learning.
Yeah.
YouTube is a wonderful thing.
It is true, though. You do meet the nicest people on a trail.
You do. You really do.
Yeah.
Not only Scott.
So what is the moral of this story? Well, for me, a lifelong introvert, this was the most unlikely thing ever. But I'm so glad I went. Listen, if you're willing to kick fear in the face, get out of your comfort zone, do something that you're typically not willing to do, be willing to take a risk, throw caution to the wind, you just might end up with a free steak dinner and some apple pie. It really is true that you meet the nicest sailboating, RVing, e-biking couples on bike trails. Just drive until you hear a banjo, then keep going.